This video is brought to you by Skillshare. I have an issue. I'm always indecisive, and these are the questions I have to ask myself every day. What should I eat for lunch? What should I watch when I wash my dishes? What video should I create this week? Other than myself to blame, the other culprit for my indecision is the freedom of choice. In today's world, we have freedom of choice to live how we want to live, to buy what we want to buy. Having tons of choices, it seems like the best thing in the world. But is it really good for us? We all have the perception that having options, we can choose to have a better life, or at least make it easier for us to make decisions. However, it's also the abundance of choice that causes us to suffer from dissatisfaction and indecision. And that's the paradox of choice. It's a phrase coined by a psychologist, Schwartz. And what the paradox of choice means is, while we consider having an endless array of choices as a fortunate thing to have, simultaneously, having options causes distress, which makes it challenging for us to make decisions. We are living in a world where most of us are fortunate enough to have choices, but with these never-ending options, it doesn't empower us to make better decisions. What's even worse is, it creates three other issues. First, analysis paralysis. We are responsible for the decisions we make, and sometimes this responsibility seems to paralyze our actions, especially those critical decisions that will affect our life to a considerable extent. For instance, making the right investment or choosing the right house. The more options we have, the more likely we'll make a mistake. And that also gave me the burden to think twice before I make the right decision. Taking some time and effort to make sure that my decision is smart and wise. I mean, that sounds right. But it became an issue when there are too many options, and the research and knowledge cause inaction. We are so overwhelmed with the choices to a point where we can't make the next move because we are afraid that it's a wrong decision and we fear of foregoing a better opportunity. Another issue of having an abundance of choice is buyer remorse. The more options we have, the less satisfaction we get from our decision. Suppose we have the opportunity to choose between one out of two of our dream vacations. But after we made the decision, we don't feel as good as what we expected to feel. And that's buyer remorse. Whenever we have to decide between choices, we might gain what we choose, but also experience the feeling of loss when we pass out on the other opportunities. This opportunity cost causes us to feel less satisfied with what we chose. We'll always wonder what would happen if we decided on this instead of that, because we are forever curious about the unknown. Also, the fact that we have multiple choices also raises our expectation. That also makes us less satisfied with the outcome. Nothing good happens after 2 AM. With more choices, the more brain juice we need to make decisions. I have to say, making decisions is one taxing process we have to encounter every day. We can live like a robot without having to make any decision. But what's the fun of it if life is like this? Yet, having too many options drains the mental energy, and that affects the quality of our decision. After a long day of making decisions, whether is it for work, finance, relationship, or even daily menial chores, our mental energy depletes over time, and our quality of decision decreases as the more decisions we have to make. And that's the reason why they said nothing good happens after 2 AM. Because we might make bad decisions, but that can also happen to us anytime if we waste our brain energy on insignificant decision making. So obviously, minimalism is one of the best solutions we can use to counter these issues we face from the paradox of choice. And let me show you how with 8 simple steps. Declutter as many decisions as possible. It's as if we can't talk about minimalism without mentioning about decluttering. Decluttering can be a great way to remove everyday choices we have to make. Having minimal but yet sufficient stuff. We don't have to decide which pen to use if we only have one selection. We don't have to worry about what to wear if we always have a standard. Declutter unwanted choices can lessen the decision fatigue caused by menial tasks. Have a routine. There's a reason why we won't waste much energy in the morning when we are brushing teeth or making a coffee, because they are structured in our life as a routine. It just automates itself as a habit, and we'll never have to think about it. There's no need for us to analyze how to brush our teeth or how to make a coffee, unless you have different types of toothbrush or different coffee beans to choose from. Then maybe you should declutter them. Having a capsule wardrobe or a uniform can also minimize the effort we need to choose what we want to wear every day. If some of our daily decisions can change into a routine, that can save us mental energy that can be used on more important decisions. Yes, next is define what's your important decision. We will all have to make decisions every day, but not all of them are significant enough to put in so much effort and time into it. Not all of them are crucial in our life if they can be structured as a habit, automated. If not, we need to set a limit for it. Our time is one of the most valuable resources, so don't overspend it on researching and decision making. Set a deadline for your decision making process. Once the time is up, make a decision no matter how unsure you are. Because no matter how much more research you will make, it will just make the decision harder to make, and not to mention the dissatisfaction from overanalyzing. Other than time limitation, we can also have a financial threshold. If it doesn't cost more than this amount, don't waste your time on it. Your time probably costs more than that. If you are still stuck, you might want to look for objective feedback. That might help you clear the fog from your paralysis. The one I always go to is my girlfriend. Her suggestion will always put me into a perspective where I can make a decision. That happens a lot when I need to choose my thumbnail for my video. Sometimes my final choice might not be what she chose, but it makes me realize that I prefer the other option. Understanding ourselves and knowing what we want to achieve out of the decision we made, and allow us to have a direction to pursue instead of being indecisive. That's when extensive research is helpful. It helps us to gain information on what's right for us and support us to make swift decisions that will align with our value. For example, if being financial prudent is our priority, the price of the product has to align with our preference. If we value less waste, finding the best eco-friendly option will be the key to decision making. Before we continue, I would like to thank the sponsor for today, Skillshare. If you still don't know about Skillshare, they are an online community that offers thousands of classes for curious learners like you. They have a wide range of classes, and I've been trying to learn as much as possible from different classes every day from Skillshare, at least 30 minutes every day. And I've gone through classes like storytelling, animation, copywriting, and productivity. I know you guys are always interested about learning more about less and topics surrounding minimalism. I'd like to recommend a class by Greg McKeown, the author of the book Essentialism, and the name of the class is Simple Productivity: How to Accomplish More with Less. During this class, Greg shares key points on essentialism and helps you to identify what's important and learn practical tactics on how to say no to distraction in your life so we can accomplish more with less. And maybe removing paradox of choices in our life. Skillshare is really affordable with an annual subscription fee of less than $10 every month. If you are interested, the first 1,000 of you who use the link at the description below will get 2 months free trial of premium membership. It's fine to be imperfect, like Wabi Sabi. Imperfection might not be as bad as we think. Being a perfectionist might be a suffering because nothing can be perfect. No matter how much we search for the best, long-lasting products, things wear and tear. Upgrades are constantly releasing. There will always be better options. There's no one best choice, but what's important is the choice that can fit you the most. Lastly, appreciate the decision you made, even in the future when you realize that is a mistake. Be appreciative that you are fortunate enough to have a choice, and no point dwelling onto the past. And feeling regret can't change anything. If we always want to maximize our options, we're always stuck in a rabbit hole of a never-ending search for the best. We can't deny that having choices is good for us because we have options that fit different types of people. Since there's no one-size-fits-all solutions and everyone has different needs. At the end of the day, we still have to face the fact that the more choices we have, the more time we spend on researching, the more challenging it is for us to make wise decisions, and the decrease in satisfaction even after we made the best decision. I hope this video can make you aware of this paradox of choice, and maybe you can choose less and be happier. And if you are here for the first time, do check out my other minimalism and self-development videos on this channel. If you'd like to support this channel, you can help me with the like button to help with the algorithm, or follow me on my Instagram. I'll keep you guys updated. I have a Patreon link at the description below. That's the place where I post extended version of this video and other exclusive video over there. And that can also keep this channel going, and I truly appreciate that. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.